Coming up next, more reactions from Spider-Man and the X-Men in Arcade's Revenge. What is up, everybody? This is the Techno-Funk Boy. Thank you so much for joining me. So, we have been looking at the last couple of reaction videos I've done have been from Spider-Man and the X-Men in Arcade's Revenge, the SNES version that was composed by Tim and Jeff Follin, and this has been one of many Follin brothers games that I've taken a look at here on the channel. Frankly, they astonish me every single time. I've like surprised every single time, which is impressive. So, yeah, so we're going to, there was another track that was suggested, actually a couple more tracks that were suggested. I'm going to go through, hopefully maybe a couple of them this time. I don't know. We're going to see if we can do maybe two of these, before we move on to the next game. I have thoroughly enjoyed the soundtrack and, just been very, very, very impressed. Before we do, if you have not heard already, the content that was normally on this channel has now been split between two channels. So if you are new here and you like this sort of thing, then please do hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, the bell icon. You know the drill. That's going to let you know when I have more releases coming out. The other series of videos that I did on this channel was more D&D focused, and I have moved that over to a channel called Techno-Funk Nerd. So I think I could put the link of it up here. If not, it's definitely going to be in the description. So please do check that out. What I really wanted to do was like for those of you who like don't really care about my Dragonlance stuff, but really like this series, that way, you know, you'll have the stuff that you came here for all in one spot. Vice versa for those people who are just here for Dragonlance, D&D, that sort of thing. We'll have one place to go to. If you like both of them, I love you. Please do subscribe to both. In that way, you know, you'll get both. So the plan is, unless I'm on vacation or something, to do at least one video on each channel each week. I'm going to shoot for two, especially on this channel. Try to get some forward momentum going on this channel, but that is the plan. That's the plan moving forward, and so we're going to be focusing on that. So, let us get over to the game music. And this is again Spider-Man and X-Men in Arcade's Revenge, the SNES version. I've done a couple of videos on these already. Please feel free to listen to those. There was a Genesis version of this game that had the same music, but it was ported not well. So we listened to a couple of those, but we're not going to listen to that today. We're going to start off with a short track that many separate people recommended called Briefing. I feel like I say this every time we do a Follin track, but you know, the best way to listen to this stuff is with headphones. That wah guitar sound is actually bouncing back and forth between the channels. It is very cool. they're kind of jazzy organ sound. And I can't remember exactly which track it was, but we heard that on a previous track, and it's killer. The tone is just killer on that. These horns in here are really solid, and this is just a very smooth track. It's drums, yeah. The hi-hat on that drum is smooth. Bass right there. Yeah, that's solid. There's our loop. Man, that's cool. That's really cool. That's smooth. Like the drums, like this is something we've heard in the previous couple of tracks here. The drums on this soundtrack are killer. The interaction with the drums and the bass are just great. Drums this time are just laying down a great funk beat, and the bass is driving it, and that organ sound is amazing. Everything is working really nicely in this song. The way they put the wah on the guitar is like not something we hear much on the SNES, but really fits the mood well. This is a very cool track. All right. Let's do so several of these tracks were actually recommended to me. And so we might end up doing one, because there's a lot of tracks. So we might end up doing one more video on this just to kind of clean up some of the tracks. But Cyclops was recommended to me, as was a couple of others. But Cyclops is the one that we're going to hit right now. Right there. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Right there. Oh. Okay, all right. Look. let's back up for just a second there, because that was smooth. That was cool. All right. The way, like, you're just like, they're having a driving, like, very cool rhythm with that, with just a walking bass line and a hi-hat, or ride. I'm not sure exactly which they're going for there, but let me. That's a ride. Yeah. With bass and a ride cymbal. All right. So that is very cool. And having a very soft, melody, very slow melody above it is all it's doing is increasing tension. And that's really cool. And it's like you're waiting for it to hit, because you know it's coming, and then to come in with just a great beat. I had to pause it there. I had to pause it there. We backed up a little bit. Should be coming up here soon. Oh, that's the other thing. It's like that that snare sound coming, building up into it. I feel like I'm insulting the song when I say this. I'm not insulting the song when I say that sounded like a video game sound. That's not at all an insult. I like that stuff, but it is setting, it's setting, we're starting to anticipate what's coming up next, and it's not quite the beat that we got. That is, it set our expectations for something much more electronic, much more, like 8-bitty, if that's a term. And then hit us with a very, very cool beat. That's really good. It's another time where if you're listening on headphones, it's swirling around. Okay, I'm the only reason I'm pausing it right here is to say that Cyclops should not have a song this interesting. I think I'm remembering that, and I should have looked up the actual comment on this, but I seem to remember it being something about like that it's kind of all over the place, and it totally is, and that's not a complaint. With the Follins, you're never quite sure where the song is going next. No, never quite sure, but to jump. To jump from, very, very, a very, very cool, like with that walking bass line with the ride going, and then into kind of this horn-driven jazz part, and then into more electronica type stuff, and then into more of a straightforward rock thing. This song is definitely all over the place, and I love that about the Follins. I just do. That's a nice key change there. That part I loved. That part I absolutely loved. Where a couple of different solos there. We're playing over several successive key changes where we weren't. necessarily just changing chords, but we were actually changing complete keys in the song and jumping into different keys, but the melody was really leading us into them, which was very well done and very cool. Ooh, that drum fill going into that beat. Didn't expect that. That was good. Yep. Yeah, so we're definitely at the loop here. Now was that at the beginning? Okay, I'm just going to replay the beginning just to see if that had already hit the loop when that fill and that beat came in, because I think that fill led into that beat, but we had come so far from that beginning. I did not expect that at all, and that was a journey of a song, and this is one thing I love about the Follins is they're just not content with just doing something straightforward, like, this is a very pretty melody and it goes from point A to point B. It's like, no, there's so many points we can go to, and to come back around and have it naturally hit that loop. But for me, in the first listening, to hit the loop and be surprised that they went that way, I don't mean that in a bad way. A lot of the phrases I'm using could be used in a good way or a bad way. It's like you can always say, "Oh, I didn't expect that," versus "I didn't expect that." This was the former. This was the former. That what I mean by that is that we had gone so far in this song, through so many different variations and iterations into this theme, that coming back to the beginning was natural, and yet not at all cliche, or in a way that I was expecting. So very cool stuff. I mentioned earlier, my only complaint is Cyclops should not have this interesting of a song. Should go to a more interesting character. For all I'm not a Cyclops hater, but yeah, he's not. He doesn't have that many dimensions to him that his music does. That's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun. I'm what I'm planning to do is at least watch some gameplay of this game, because I had not played it, and might try to play a little bit of it myself, just to see how the music fits in with the game, because this has been great. And so I think I'm gonna probably I do have a couple more songs, and if y'all are enjoying this series, then I'll kind of try to do another video to pick up the last few songs and take a listen. But otherwise, for all the people who have suggested this game and suggested particular tracks on it, I really thank you for that. This has been an absolute blast. And so if you have suggestions for me, please throw them in the comments section. And please do point out particular songs if you can. It's hard to give an entire soundtrack the attention it deserves if I'm trying to tackle the whole soundtrack instead of like one or two songs. That's a lot easier to dig deeper into. So really do appreciate anybody who makes suggestions. And again, please do hit the subscribe button. I will ask you one more time if you like if you've liked my D&D Dragonlance videos, or if you like that period, head over to Techno Funk Nerd and subscribe there, because we are starting at 0 on that channel, and so that's always, that's always a little bit of a nerve-wracking thing, but I do think that it's going to work out better for everybody to have the different contents, focused on each channel. So if I don't get back to you later this week, we will be back next week, and really looking forward to it. And I will talk to y'all then. Thank you.